Hi, this is a multi-part series where I will discuss about what motivation is and how we can stay motivated and achieve our goals and some motivating stories. Let me first begin by asking you what you think of motivation. What do you think motivation is? Let me present my view here, and maybe perhaps your viewpoints are closely along these lines. Motivation is that intangible thing that drives you towards your goal. It is what keeps you going after you wake up from bed. It is like the oxygen to a human being. Once you cut the flow of oxygen, the human being dies. Similarly, once you stop the flow of motivational energy, you function more or less like a robot, just merely living life and succumb to its challenges. I'll give you more examples of how you can think of motivation is. It is like the fuel to a fire. If you want to have the fire go on, you need to add fuel at regular intervals. You cannot expect the fire to continue without adding any fuel. Similarly, you cannot expect yourself to achieve your goals without being motivated or without having that level of energy. Another example I can think of is, it is like the gas you put in your car. You need to fill up at regular intervals if you want to continue your journey and reach your destination. But there is also one big difference between the examples I gave and motivation. Let's say the difference is, let's say today you go to a store and buy a motivational book or a personality development book. Let's say you pick up either the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell or The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Let's say first day you pick up the book and you start reading the book, or either read the book or listen to an audio book. And at first you'll be very much thrilled with the content presented in the book. And you will start applying some of the principles to your life and you'll be happy. Let's say after 2 or 3 months you're feeling a little bit down and you want to boost yourself again or re-energize yourself, and you go back to the same book again. This time, when you're reading, you'll observe that the level of energy, the level of motivation or the level of inspiration you derive from your second or third read wouldn't be the same as you had derived for the first time. Why did the motivation level that you derived drop? You may wonder why I'm not getting the same level of motivation by reading the same book, same material again the fourth or fifth time. This is very much analogous to a thrill ride you take at an amusement park. First time you are thrilled to take the ride. Second time you are again excited to take the ride. But then the fourth, fifth, sixth times, your adrenaline rush wouldn't be that much as it was the first time, because you already know how the ride is. You have already experienced the ride, and then you know all the curves, all the bends where it is exciting. So the rush, the blood rush isn't the same. The emotional feel is not the same. What I mean to say is, I can give you one more example, and then I'll move on to the next topic. Let's say today you picked up a movie like The Pursuit of Happiness by Will Smith, or A Million Dollar Baby. And you watch the movie for the first time, and you will be definitely moved by the video, and you will be emotionally touched, and then you will say to yourself that I'm going to achieve my goals. I'm going to also work hard and work towards my goals. But then, if you watch the same movie for the fourth or fifth time, you wouldn't derive the same amount of energy, because you already know the video, you know the characters. So that is why what I'm saying is, you need newer motivating material as you go along. You cannot fall back to the same old motivation. Definitely, it is good. You build yourself on those principles or whatever you have understood from that content. Just imagine if everyone would just would be reading one book and kept on reading the same book throughout his life. There wouldn't be a big market for these motivating material books, and the places like Barnes & Noble, which house a lot of these books, would be just empty. So you may wonder, why can't I stay motivated forever? Why do we need to motivate ourselves again and again? It's not a very unusual for people to look for new motivating material. Every day in our lives, we encounter so many people, so many situations, difficult situations, negative people, negative thoughts, and tricky situations, all demanding a piece of our motivational energy. And let me explain it more by giving you an example. Let's say you are having you're working a full-time job. You have an 8 to 5 job, and then you decide to prepare. Let's say you want to pursue a college degree, or you want to have a career change, and you are preparing for a competitive exam like the GMAT, say, for example. What you do daily is go to work, do the 8 to 5 chores, and in that 8 to 5 you have to deal with your colleagues, you have to deal with your manager, you have to deal with a lot of challenging situations. And by the time it is end of the day, at 5 p.m., when you have to start preparing for your exam or for your college degree, the energy is not there. The level is very low. You need somebody at that time, or someone, or something to say to you that, hey dude, you're doing the right thing. This is the most important thing for your life. You'll achieve greater happiness by doing this, and probably somebody presents a success story to you, and at that time you will be again remotivated, and then you will go on for a few hours and work on your preparation material or whatever it is. So, and that is the whole point why I'm starting this series. When I was preparing, when I was doing a career change, or when I was preparing for my exam, and I've been very much tired by 5 p.m. and when I have to start working on my material, there wasn't a lot of energy. At the beginning of the day, I used to think, when I drive my car to the work, I used to think, okay, I will cover this chapter, this section, I will work on these things. But simply by the end of the day, I didn't have that drive anymore. I used to rely on friends. I used to Google a lot for motivating material, but obviously not all times I found the right material that would touch me emotionally, that would really drive me again. So definitely what I'm saying from this series is, you need to motivate yourself at frequent intervals, and you need to also get hold of newer motivating material, the kind of things that you like. You need to get hold of newer motivating, new success, to be it new success stories or new people that you are meeting every day. So I will cover more on this topic in my next sessions. And until then, stay motivated, work towards your goal. Don't give up. Don't give up. Thank you.